Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll power his way up near the 25. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first. The Raiders at 0-7, winless to start the year. And they come in wondering what on earth is going on here.
And Brandon, I reflect back to one time we had one of those deep philosophical talks about getting up every day and going to work and the whole deal. Can you imagine what it's like for this team? Every morning they wake up. They haven't won a game yet. How do they figure their way out of this one? How do they play well enough to get at least one win before this season is over?
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free in the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Carr gonna throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
It certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. On play action, now Carr. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker. Maybe.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over.
They're on 34-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw in the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll drop to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try to get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
He was looking for Jalen Waddle there.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw. And able to find Gesicki as tight end.
And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal from just inside the 5.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
93.
Carr now to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raidersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. To the 43, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jalen Phillips. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
A 36-yard attempt.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking up one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On play action, it's Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way. Break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Dolphins take over first and 10. Their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Now a pass is taken in by Hill. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
Let's go. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3 at the 45-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd and 4. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They run here with Singletary. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Raiders 3.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
For Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr over the middle. That's caught by Adams. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Las Vegas, first down.
Carr. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr and Waller taking it in over the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
But these guys are going to chop into that. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
You're mine.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, 74 yards. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And he will have a Dolphins first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 there on 4th and inches. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it just before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the Raiders have got him. Below Nichols picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The lessons will continue. This rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
Here we go. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And able to work his way down to the 16. And a good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before this series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
There, that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 10 yards out. And the Dolphins will add to their 4th quarter lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Dolphins 21, Raiders 11. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. On first down, Carr.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Carr's throw caught by Adams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Again, it's Carr. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Carr to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Throwing his Carr.
And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting his sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, it bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give them the yardage they needed.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play. A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Now Carr.
And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Carr.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Dolphins, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,